Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Jeff, you feeling okay there? You typed in a 1. What happened? All right. Welcome, everyone. Oh, there you go. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving, Erica. You are for sure. Jeff said half awake. So it happens when you live halfway around the country. Well, I guess it's all the way around the country, right? From us, you can't be much further away from New York and Arizona. Camera is on, except I've got it closed. Ta-da! There we go. Put it over there. Perfect. All right. Thanks, Leah. I appreciate that. Excellent. As we do get started, keep in mind that everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find something you like, anything, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance for anything to do with your trade, that setup, or that indicator. Hey, Robert, how you doing? So we've got a lot happening this week, shortened week, right? So Inner Circle tonight is our check-in at 7, and then at 8 o'clock is 2-hour training, which I will be doing. So I didn't realize that we did that, guys, that I did that. My bad. Those that are in a circle, that I got you 3 hours straight tonight. A little bit tight, right? Oh, no check-in tonight, Trip said? Okay, no check-in tonight. Here we go. Mastermind group is coming up on the 21st. That's tomorrow. I'm teaching there. Vegas Spread Mastery is on the 22nd at 8 p.m. Actually, you should get 22nd. No, this is Vegas Spread Mastery before that. Oh, that's Q&A. My bad. That's Q&A. My bad. Sorry. Trading news next week. Power option plays is not on a regular schedule this week. Why? Because we have a holiday. Okay, so we have Thursday. I will be teaching it. More than likely, I'm going to do it on Wednesday. That is my goal, is to do it Wednesday instead of on Friday, because Thursday is Thanksgiving. Cover Call Explorer will be done on Friday. E-mini Think Tank. No class on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and no class Friday for Vegas Spread Mastery because of Thanksgiving. Right, here we've got our followers page. Guys, make sure you go and follow along here. If nothing else, get over to tradinglikeaboss.com and take advantage of the different free resources there. That's a great place to be, just to see what's coming out week in and week out, what new trainings are out there and so forth are all going up there. Trip's actually going to try to do CCE on Wednesday, he said, so even better. Lee just dropped in a link to Trading Like a Boss for you. All right, we got our Trading Boss Manifesto. This is what it means, what it represents to be a trading boss, right? I have lamented over this for a very long time, getting this right, of what our goal is to help you become, right? And that's what this is for here. You can download this on Wealth Builders on robertjroy.com. You can download it on tradinglikeaboss.com. It's on each of our sites, right? And the great freebies, guys, again, we're just pointing you back to Trading Like a Boss this week. You know, just our appreciation, saying thank you. Go back there and grab the free trainings that we have up there. Pick up the Fibonacci stuff, and you're going to see a lot more things coming out up there. Sean in our office is working on a P&L calculator right now that is outstanding. I mean, what he shared with us this morning was phenomenal. I mean, it was like, oh, I want that. You know, I can use that in some of the mentoring stuff that I do and so forth. So we got a lot of things like that happening, especially come to 2024. There's a ton of things like that scheduled to come out. All right, so what trades have you all done today? Drop them in. I want to see your trades. What did you do? It is time. Drop them in the chat box. I have, as you're doing that, I will go ahead and jump in and take a look at, and if you didn't do any trades, you can write that. No trades today, that's fine. It's actually our topic for this week is trading around holidays. So Amelia's got one trade that went off today that she shared with us, and she did it on the Qs. And dang it, if I didn't miss these trades on Qs and SPY today. But I digress. So you can see right here at 9:33 this morning, she got single order to buy to open 5 contracts of the November 20th. That would be today. 386 calls at $1.74. She sold those 5 contracts at $2.60. What is that? 60, 14, so 86 cents. So that's 86 cents. 0.86 times 100 for one contract is $86. She did 5 contracts. You can see the plus 5 minus 5. That's $430. And that took place. That transpired in how long? 20 minutes. 49% rate of return in just a whopping 20 minutes. All right. Great job, Amelia. Really good job. Lee dropped in her trade watch alerts. Guys, check that out. There you go. Nice. Man, I got a lot of great setups in here I'm seeing this morning from you all. This is wonderful. All right. Let's see. So Trip said 2 Hakanashi scalps. Nice. IWM for 17% in 3 minutes. And the Qs 59% in 7 minutes. Slowing down, Trip. 7 minutes, really? John said Wheel of Fortune on Roku, Boil, and Lift. Iron Condors, Rut on the Rut. Cash flow, $1,800. Good job. Good job. If you guys are keeping score, John's not normally coming in less than $1,000 each week he does this, right? So I'm just saying. Right, let's see. Brenda said no trades. Erica, no trades. Doctors all morning. I get it. Let's see. Stephanie said bought a diagonal put on ABBV from Cover Call Explorer. Nice. All right. Jeff said a couple $100 on ES futures. There you go. I love it. Scott said 2 trades on Qs. I spent money on one and made 12.6 on the other. All right, there you go. By the way, Jeff's couple $100 was in 40 seconds. 40 seconds. I agree. Erica said congratulations to all. That is awesome. Everybody, great job. Great job. No, let's see, no Roman in here today. Let's see if he is or isn't. I can't see that far down. Roman, did you do an NVIDIA today? So if we go over to take a look at NVIDIA, I had 2 marked off, NVIDIA and WD. I could not get, WD doesn't have a lot of great option choices as far as the premiums. So I could not get a good directional trade-off on WD. I looked on their puts for selling a put. Just wasn't excited about it. I wasn't happy with what I had to do on it. So I passed on the WD one. But NVIDIA worked out extremely well. So we closed lower on Friday, right? Down below that 494.36, but that's the key level. What did we do today? We opened lower than that 494.36. We went down a little bit more, and then we popped up. How did we pop up? That's really where it all comes down to. That is where the rubber meets the road. Wrong button. Let's see. Let's go to ones. Maybe 2 zoomed in. Oh, what did I do? It took the 1 as a symbol, which it's not. All right, so we got a 1 minute candle there. Let's see. All right. So, all right, just so you can see it a little bit better. This vertical line right here, that is the start of the close of Friday, the start of today, right? We pushed up and we failed immediately. Came back up. These are 1 minutes, failed. Good strong push through. Wait. We got this nice press down here. We closed right above, remember, 494.36. I've already got the line in there from today. It's actually been there for a while, but 494.36. Our closing price was 494.52. 36, 46, 56 would be 20 cents. It ain't that. It's 16 cents away we closed. We stretched down the next candle and we bounced and we're in. Beautiful. We take the entry on the trade, okay? And our exit, let's go back to Omega charts. Our exit pushes up into that 500 level. We actually stretched up to a high today of 499.60. Our exit is right about 498 on this today. So what do we do? I put it down here for a sec. 480 calls, $27. So they're expensive on a Monday when there's 5 days left, right? $27 out at 29, 5 minutes later. 5 minutes, $2 on $27. So for those that may not remember, when you do the P&L, it's cash in your pocket, which was $2, divided by cash out. How much did I spend? $27. That's a 7% rate of return. No, it's not 7%, right? 10% would be 275. Yeah. It's about 7% for 5 minutes. 7% for 5 minutes. I will take it all day long. Let's see. Scott said also closed a Rut Iron Condor for 60% crush in premium. Only 5 days in the trade. Nice. Really nice, Scott. So, Scott, let me ask you a question. Did you use some of the stuff that we did from the last full day training in Inner Circle on Iron Condors? Karen, great job. PayPal, $150. I love these low price stocks that can give such great premium. Like, I don't know, let's see, like Roku and Square and PayPal and ... right? There are some great stocks like that out there. Excellent. Scott said, yes, I did. I combined that with some of Sean's rules for the trades. Excellent. Excellent job. All right. Good. Good. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to kind of deviate from our regularly scheduled program. I've got 2 service bulletins that you need to know about. Okay. I got an email this morning from a company that we do business with for our computers. NTI. If you go over to our trading resources, you will find their link on there to go check them out, guys. I highly recommend you deal with these guys. I have not found anybody better. All the computers I have, Amelia's computer, I buy everything from myself from Len over at NTI. They are fantastic. We had a few customers this morning report that a pop-up in Chrome while on the homepage of CNBC website. That's not good. And they are a trading company. That's what they do. A lot of traders. That's a big part of their business. I'm not sure if the specific website was related, but wanted to share with you in case it happens to you. They said they received a virus warning pop-up in the middle of their screen from McAfee. They do not use McAfee. That was the first clue that this was not right. So they're not using McAfee. It just came up and said McAfee virus scan error. Why? Because they know a good portion of the population uses McAfee, and they've taken a shot that it's you, and you go, oh my God, there's something wrong. Click on this button and give them the world. It said they had 5 viruses, and it gave them a fake graphic as if it was scanning their computer. I told them to immediately close Chrome when things like this happen, then reopen it and go right to settings, privacy, and security, clear browser data, check all the boxes and clear it all. All right. This will help to wipe out whatever data they may have left behind, the breadcrumbs that it could go back to the system and pull back in again. They closed their browser again, reopened in incognito mode, and the problem was gone. All right, another good reason to always use incognito mode. I do it every single time I open my browser. Click. That's fine. So, guys, if you saw this error message, yeah, less than I literally closed my McAfee account yesterday. And I'm not saying McAfee is bad, okay? It's just, who do you go after? That's the Bank of America pop-ups that say, someone hacked your account. You should go log into your Bank of America account. Click here. Well, you don't have Bank of America account, so you know it's a scam. But since out of every 3 households in the U.S. has a Bank of America account, they got a pretty good shot. Someone's going to click on it, right? And I know I went through this. I had a website many, many years ago that got hacked, and that was the scam that was on. It was a Bank of America scam. People would go to the website and they'd get that Bank of America scam. Jennifer said, it's good to clear the browser, but be prepared to know your user IDs and passwords on your sites. They won't recognize your computer, phone login since they cleared it, but it will note the second time around. Yes, so I always recommend using like a LastPass or I use RoboForm is one that I've owned forever. So there's no monthly or annual fee for it. I paid for it one time. Today there are monthly subscriptions. As a company, we use LastPass. So you've got that available, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Barry said, I've not seen it today, but I've seen ads for them very often. Yep. So that was number 1. Okay, like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. I'm just going to move that over there for now. The other one, the other one was a message somebody sent me. They actually sent me it, and it's a little hard to read, but they sent it to me from TikTok. All right. And it is an open letter to the board of directors of OpenAI, so ChatGPT. Some of you may have heard that they fired Sam Altman, and then right behind him resigned Gary, I forget the president's name, Greg something Brockman or something. He resigned right behind him. Apparently, Microsoft grabbed the 2 of them right up. Said, you're going to run a new division. Right? Saw the new division run on CNBC this morning. Open letter from the employees at OpenAI insisting that all board of directors resign immediately, that they put 2 focused or key board members in place, and they listed some names out as possibilities. They wanted to see these 2 in particular. And if you do not, Microsoft has offered that any employee that works at OpenAI, at ChatGPT, that wants to leave and come work here, you have a job. That's a problem. That's a problem. It says 550 of 700 employees at OpenAI have signed a letter telling the board to resign. Your conduct has made it clear you do not have the competence to oversee OpenAI. All right. So a lot of shakeup in the industry, guys. You know, I saw this come to fruition last week and was very concerned on. Now, guys, here's the thing. Could it be a scam? I have no idea. This one, I don't know. The first thing I showed you came from Len himself. I'm good. Okay. So OpenAI, Brenda, is that's ChatGPT, right? That's the company that owns ChatGPT, right? The two people that one fired, one quit. They were two of the original people that came up with the product, right? And these are you know the resource you just let go that you threw out the door. I mean, gone. They created it and gone. We're throwing them out. We're firing you as a board of directors. We're firing you, right? So you may see some shakeup in the industry. I would not be surprised, not only in Microsoft, but in NVIDIA and companies like that, even Square, putting some things out there to try to glop up some of these people that are being let go. So keep your eyes open for some shakeup in this industry. But if Microsoft gets their hands on it, I mean, if you look at Mr. Softy today, right? They took a nice little pop today of almost $7. So yowzer. Okay. But yeah, I thought both of those would be something beneficial to know. And if you're not focused on learning ChatGPT, there's so much stuff you could do with it, even from on the paid version, a lot more. For the market, even you can go in and there's a ChatGPT that you can download a plugin that will tell you every insider that has bought and sold on these stocks in the last X years. Put in the ticker symbol and it tells you, right? So you'll know what's going on, you know, with things like that. You can look at, there's so many different plugins for the stock, not picking stocks yet, but there's a lot of things like that out there. Microsoft had a $10 billion investment into OpenAI. Yeah, and they're not done. I mean, so I don't think they're going to go out. You know, worst case scenario, if that many people or enough people resign, I think Microsoft would buy it. I mean, if they would literally cripple ChatGPT if Microsoft really did hire all those people, cripple them. So now, if none, that's assuming none of them have non-competes, right? We'll see. Yeah, so the one I saw, Rick, the one that was sent to me said that Microsoft made an open offer to hire anybody that left. So that's what I said. You got to look at it, guys. But no matter what, this shakeup in the industry is interesting, right? Is very interesting. So, and realistically, keep in mind that once again, it doesn't matter. You know, my wife will tell you she is the biggest technology less person in the world. Right? She hates technology, cannot stand technology, doesn't like computers, uses them because she has to, right? Really can't stand it. This morning she got up, was in my office. There's a closet right outside my office door. She was getting something out of the closet. And I said, honey, I have to tell you how proud I am of you. She goes, well, why? With, you know, she had a big smile on her face. And it's like 6:30 a.m. or something in the morning. Why? And I said, you are becoming a technology guru all of a sudden. You're now using ChatGPT every day in your class. You're designing tests for it. I had her on my computer last night. She said, oh, if I write these out on a paper, then can I go into Microsoft Word and then can we put it into ChatGPT and check this? And I said, well, why don't you just talk it into a microphone on Word and then we could copy and paste? She goes, I could do that? And yeah, sat her down and she's killing it, right? So here's a person that wants nothing to do with technology. And yes, it will definitely benefit her in her job, but I think that most jobs, you know, we'll be in our meetings and I'll say, hey, I need a name for a class. And someone goes, oh, I'll go on ChatGPT. You know, they plug in a persona that we've built for it and boom, oh, we've got this, this, and this, and this, and this, right? So yeah, Brenda said I'm with her. So make sure you get some focus on it. This is going to be the late 1990s of not knowing internet in 5 years from now. That's what this is going to be. So you definitely want to learn it. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Jennifer. It's great for her. I'm impressed with what she's done. She has done. All right. Now the S&P 500 today up 21 points to the upside today. We broke out of that compression that we had, that in a little invisible middle of nowhere ceiling that we were running into there. We broke out of it. We ran just about up into that fib line. We're still up in that third segment of our uptrend. Segment 1 is right here. That was the main uptrend. Segment 2 was here. Segment 3 is here. Right. So we're in that third segment now. We're in a bullish bias. We've broken well above where I wanted to see it. I really wanted us to clear this zero line. We did with a vengeance last week, a freaking vengeance, right? Great, strong burst to the upside. We played around on that 100-point level, that 4,500 level for a little bit, and then boom, boom, boom. Today was a nice break up as well, right? So things looking good. I don't remember who the company was on CNBC this morning. They said, "Oh, we were looking for a pullback of 10%." And I said, "Gee, I wonder who they were watching that said that long before." But anyway, I digress. I agree. I said we were going to get that pullback to 10%. We got it right there. One extra day. Boom, chagalaka. Nice strong bounce off of there. I wanted to see us break this downtrend. We got above. We retested. We broke hard with a gap. All the signals of strength is back. That was our signal and power option plays to switch over to swing trades from our day trades only, right? Yeah, FOMC minutes Wednesday, just in time. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Karen. So overall, again, really, really, really good moves on the S&P 500. We look at the bigger picture, go into a weekly. Good, strong move last week. Nice start of the move this week. We go to the monthly, right? Good, strong. Again, we still have almost 2 weeks left, week and a half, right? Left in there. Good, strong push to the upside there. Nice. Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it a lot. We go back to the daily and all is good. I missed the setup this morning on SPY. I missed that gap right to the pivot point. Missed it. And by the time it bounced, by the time I looked over at the computer, it was more of this. It was too late. There was nothing at all that I could do to catch up for it. After missing out on the first one, I did not want to chase the second one. And one candle, we went support to resistance. Much smaller move. At this point, I'm not interested in this move up here. I really do these, tend to do them very early, right? If we look at QQQ, right? Great move, not off of pivots, but great move. And same thing, we retested after that big candle. Like, yeah, I don't know if we're going to get it or not. It's just kind of the pullback now. It was right to the next pivot line, the R2, and we went right to R3. So it was like, oh my gosh, just 3 candles, 4 candles, 5 candles later, and we're hitting home runs there. So, and again, I don't normally do anything on pivots this late into the game, 11 o'clock. It's a little bit too much for me. Yeah, Brendan said, yep, so now I'm waiting. That's what it is. It's a waiting game now. That's what trading is, right? It's time to wait. I'd rather be waiting than be in the wrong trade. That is for dang sure. Okay? All right, so take you back over here. And let's talk about, should you trade around the holidays? So historically, it has been proven that when you have a 3-day weekend, which we kind of have a 2.5-day weekend this week, it would be a 4-day if they would just shut down the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know why they don't, right? But should you trade around the holidays? If you have a 3-day weekend, Christmas is on a Monday this year, New Year's Day is on a Monday this year, that makes a 3-day weekend, okay? The day back normally is a bullish day. Not always, not a guarantee. Normal, it's a bullish day, okay? Just happy mood, happy feelings, all of that. When it comes around holiday time like this, here's the way that I like to look at the holidays. So right now we've got Thanksgiving, okay? Is the main holiday we're contending with now. That's the market holiday. That's the day we're closed, right? Here in the US, our markets are shut down, okay? So you've got a very shortened week. What happens this week is a lot of traders are taking off. Think of your own jobs. There are people that save their vacation purposely because they'll take next week off and, take 3 days of their vacation this week, and they've got 2 weeks in a row as vacation, right? So instead of having to break it up, you'll see people taking the time off around the holidays. So you wind up in the trading pits and the floor, you wind up with junior traders, not the guys and gals that have the seniority to take off, right? All trying to make a name for themselves. So trading volume in many cases tends to be lighter. I will trade this week. I will be very cautious. I'll be very early morning trade normally to do it, and not focused on trying to hit home runs here, right? This is getting in, getting out, doing my thing. Yeah, so Les said, news says Altman just joined Microsoft. I saw it last week, Les, that Microsoft had hired him. So I don't know. I didn't read any stories on it, just a headline that was on Microsoft. So, on CNBC. So I don't know all the details, but yeah, good point. So thank you for that. Right. So PK said, how late in the morning do you do pivot trades? So normally, PK, if I'm not in a pivot trade by 10:30, I'm not in a pivot trade normally, because now we shift from pivot point to power hour. Power hour is the trade that we look for after the first hour of trading. That becomes the mark of the day, the intraday high and low. Not all days, but on many days, it becomes our intraday high and low. And I want to be cognizant of that trade. The volatility I'm looking for is not there normally after 10:30, so I'm not trying to do my types of trades. I'll go back and look at them again in the afternoon. Not pivots, just a directional trade, but pivots usually by 10:30. If I'm not in, I'm not taking it normally. Right. So the market's closed on Thursday and half day on Friday. I think it's a 1 p.m. close, if someone can confirm that for me, but I'm pretty sure. You'll see some emails coming out that we are closed that Friday afternoon because the market is closed earlier. We will not be doing Sean's class Friday night. Yep, there's a confirm. Brenda said 1 p.m. Friday. That's what I thought. All right. Yeah, Erica said Santa Claus rally. Give me a moment. I'll hit that one, Erica. Absolutely. So we're in Thanksgiving, right? So around the holidays, I tend to be a little more cautious around trading. Okay. Monday is Cyber Monday. You got Black Friday. So you're going to see much lighter volume on Friday. What I like for this week is Friday, great day to consider your covered calls, right? Because all you have is a half a day on Friday, and you're into next week already. You got 2.5 days of 3 days of theta gone just because of that. Okay. So I like the covered calls, the selling type positions earlier, on Fridays, much better than waiting until Monday, especially when you get the extra theta burn because the market's closed. There's a half a day that you don't have to worry about anything going against you. Just you're good to go. You're golden. Okay. Excuse me. So come Monday, you're going to have Cyber Monday. You will see a little bit lighter volume, but not crazy light volume. But you are going to see some lighter volume. And you may actually see lighter volume on a regular basis all the way through the rest of the holidays for the year. We've just got to pay attention to it. Some years are normal, some years are light, some get crazy heavy. It just depends on the mood of the market and where things are moving. Strong moving days, people are trading. Doesn't matter if it's holiday or not. If it's a massive day and the markets are moving and I got a planned what I call free day, and I'm not working that day, I'm not teaching, I'm not trading, that's a day off. If that is the case, then and the market starts going crazy, I'm going to pop my head in my office, turn the computer on. If there's something to do there for trading, I'm going to do it, right? If there's not, I'll just go back inside and call it a day, and that's fine, right? So now we fast forward to the holidays, like we've got the Santa Claus rally, right? Santa Claus rally. Well, let's not even go there yet. Again, I said it's on a Monday this year. Christmas and New Year's Day are on Mondays. So Mondays the market is closed. That Monday, the market's closed. You get some residual bounce because of that. You get the Santa Claus rally at the end of the year, which is like the last 10 days or so, that you tend to get a bounce of like 0.07% or something like that, 0.7% or something on the Dow or something like that. And you get this bounce at year end, and you get the bounce there because it's believed because of all the cheer, the happy. Oh, I'm in a good mood. It's Christmas time or holiday season, and I get to spend time with family. And if you're working in New York, you get to trek on the trains and go through the snow. And no, that's not why they're happy, right? Maybe because they're off, they don't have to trek on the trains and go through the snow and all of that. But you have a happier feeling around those holiday times. I mean, I'm feeling it already. I told my wife last night, all these Christmas shows on already. I'm like, I don't want to watch them yet because I'm going to get burned out too soon if I do. I want to wait until we get past Thanksgiving, and we will normally, as a family, tomorrow we'll watch March of the Wooden Soldiers. That's been a a family tradition with my girls since they were born, right? Since little kids. Actually, the first year one, we were playing that movie on Thanksgiving, right? We have very specific holiday traditions like that. When we put up our tree, we put on a certain CD set that we have that we plug in and listen to that. And Trip, my favorite all-time Christmas song is called "Tender Tennessee Christmas." Love that song. That's how we start our tree off, is with that song, right? The decoration of the tree. So, but again, whoops, whoa, what'd I do? Ah, man, that was cool. I didn't know you could do that, whatever it was. I hit something that blew it up on the screen. Thanks for giving Tennessee some love. Amy Grant, that's right. There you go, Jennifer. Amy Grant. That's it. That's the CD we listen to. It's Amy Grant's Christmas CD. And that's the first song that we play. Doesn't matter what number it is. That's the one we go to play it. Right? So when we get into these holidays at the end of the year, guys, I tend to back away at the end of the year. I tend to personally not be trading at the end of the year very much. Now, I've got mixed reasons for it. Yes, the lighter volume that takes place, but I work real hard all year long, right? I put in 10, 12, 14-hour days sometimes, okay? Crazy, silly, nutty. I tend to take off most Fridays. I'll still trade, but most Fridays I tend to take off from Wealth Builders unless there's a problem, until I have to do the video in the afternoon for the SPX. And the reason is, come Thursday, many days, remember, I start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there are nights I'm teaching. Like tonight, I started today at 6 a.m. Tonight I teach until 10 p.m. What is that? 6 to 6, that's 10, that's 12, and for 16 hours today, right? I'll stop for lunch, I'll stop for dinner, but that's it. I'll be back in here the whole time. This is a focus day for me. Very heavily focused on key metrics today, on certain things that have to get accomplished, okay? Yeah, PK said I was lost yesterday by having Sunday free because of no pop. So, guys, we did switch power option plays to a Monday and a Thursday. And of course, I screwed up on my calendar and I booked it for Tuesday, Thursday. And somebody booked an appointment on my open calendar for a company we were doing business with to see me today at 4. So I'm going to take that meeting first. I'll do power option plays right after that. And then, of course, I'll go right into almost inner circle tonight. Got a great topic for it, by the way, for tonight's class. So by switching that over, it's freed me up a little bit on weekends because I work 7 days a week. This has forced me to stop working during the weekends to the point where I try not to turn the computer on at all. I have moved my icon on my phone for my company, my business email, into a subfolder. So I have to go into that subfolder to open. So I can't even tell if there are any updates or anything. I've disabled the notifications. I can't even tell that they're there because it's hidden in a folder to not go looking at stuff on a weekend, okay? But come the end of the year, I tend to take off because it's very slow time. I've not had a lot of great success. There's some, but the amount of effort I put in for what I get out of it, it was easier to just take the time off. We will close down the week of Christmas to New Year, as we do every year. We close down just so everybody can rejuvenate themselves. January, February, March is our busiest quarter. So we will, make sure everybody comes back revitalized and refreshed and just ready to rock. Okay. Without a doubt, right? That's the goal. But less trading at that time because I don't see enough volume taking place most of the time. Right. So should you trade around the holidays, you'll make that ultimate decision. Does it work for you or not? I gave you the reasons why I do and do not do things there. You have to make that decision if it's best for you or not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. As long as you know the rules, listen, I could play any game. Any game. Look, I'm a big guy, right? But when it comes to sports, I will rock most people in it. I'm just really good at what I do, right? When it comes to figuring stuff out, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. Have I ever told you guys that my wife and I were on the Beat the Clock game show? Just give me a 1 for yes or 2 for no. Okay, so some of you have heard it before. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Short, make it really quick. They said, here is a piece of wood with a hole in it. It was about 6 inches in diameter, and they gave me 3 blown up beach balls. They said, you've got to deflate the balloons, the beach balls, and get them through the wood, through the hole. So I squeeze the first one, I get it through. The second one, I get it through this. I have 4 or 5 seconds left. There's no way I can deflate it. I think I had a minute. There's no way I could deflate it in time. I took my fingers and I ripped the beach ball apart and shoved it through. And they say, oh, ding, ding, ding. The bells go off. We won. And one of the other contestants was screaming on the game show. They had to cut it out. You can't do that. And the host looks over and goes, I didn't tell him how to get it through. I just said you got to get it through there. I didn't say you had to suck the air out. You had to do this and that. Get it through. I don't care if we would have done all of them that way. Right? Boom. Home run, right? There's no right. There's no wrong, right? You have to figure out what's right for you, what works best for you. Where are your strengths? Where are your weaknesses? For me, the amount of effort I was putting in for the amount of output I got from it, it was easier to take the time off. And since I don't take enough time off, that was a way to force me to take that time off and spend with family. Okay. But you decide whether or not you want to trade around those holidays. I'm just giving you the details behind it. That Santa Claus rally, you know, you get a little bit of a push at the end. It isn't big, but you get a little bit of a push at the end of the year. And then there's the, you know, who won the World Series? Was it National League? Was it American League? Who's won the Super Bowl or whatever? I mean, you got all of these beliefs on how the next year goes. Okay. But remember, you're going to be leaning yourself next into making New Year's resolutions. And I would cautious anybody from choosing to wait to New Year's to resolve to do anything. If you need to make a change, it shouldn't be, well, I'm just going to eat really bad for the next 5 weeks and then I'll eat better. Why not today? Okay. If you're ready to make the decision to make a change in your trading, in your whatever it is, do it. Do it. Right. For some of you, you're going to see a class coming out next year. We're going to talk a little bit about timing and some of that on some of the things to do. We'll probably do some of right in here, right? Where, you know, getting yourself scheduled, get on a schedule and some of that stuff, which are going to be critical to your success in the market, right? Everything that I do, everything that I focus on, no, it won't be during the holidays. I won't be doing anything during the holidays. Yep. Every day can be a day one of a new plan. That's exactly right, Linda. It's exactly right. You know, I am very big on plan everything. Okay. I mean, I spent a half an hour, one of my masterminds, I spent a half an hour in that mastermind today laying out different types of days, focus days, buffer days, free days, right? This is a once a week type event that I attend. I got 2 sheets here that it's filled out on. I don't have the book. I took these out as practice because they called on me before we started. And so would you mind if we brought you in the call as a speaker? Okay. So I didn't want to write in my book. I wanted to write on a piece of paper there just in case I made a mistake because I'm doing it fast and all that. You know, so what kind of day was it? What's my plan? What did I accomplish? What goals? I'm very big on that type of stuff. Very big on it. Very big on creating trading systems that are really a plan. You know, some of you have heard me say that I've written my first book. It's a big success in my mind's eye, that's for sure. So I'm on my first edit here. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it right now. I'm in a section on strategy creation system, right? Where I go through the details of that and leading up to what will be a video series that comes along with the book. Shh, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, I didn't say that. So I'm in there and I'm laying out strategy creation system and talking about why we do this and how we lay it out, and identify, enter, manage, exit is 4 simplest words in the world, but one of the most complex things to do is put them together as a plan that becomes successful, right? I'm really good at doing that type of stuff, right? When I do my one-on-ones with people, we sit down in New York, and yes, we do have one-on-ones with Rob. We have one-on-ones with Brandon. If anybody has an interest in those, you can just message to the office at support, and they'll talk to you about it. But I don't do many of them. I do 2 a month. That's it. I do not have the time to plan for it, right? I've got one coming up in December. That's all I wanted in December, right? That's it. But I'm a very big fan of helping to lay out and plan. If you go over to the members area, and you go to the website rather, you go to trading resources, right? And you go into trading resources and you scroll down a little bit, just a little bit there, under tools, you'll see time allocation worksheet. Download it and fill it out. Fill it out. It's going to help you understand what time you have free available and where for when. There you go. Lee dropped it in. I appreciate that, Lee. Thank you. that you can go ahead and figure out what time you have available or need for everything else. Block all the time out that's needed. Your daughter has baseball on Tuesday nights, block it out. Your son is in karate or yoga or whatever, block it out. I don't care, right? Block it out and then see what times are left over, right? One of our students, Amos, spent 2 weeks, he and his wife lamenting over this because he knew that once he filled it out and hit enter, he knew what his free time was. And that was the time that he had available for trading because everything else he had already planned for. He has 3 businesses, this guy, family farm and his contractor. So he builds homes, right? So he's got a lot of stuff going on. So he planned all of his time out, and the time that was left over, and he planned his family time out as well. The time left over was time to trade, right? So, you could do the exact same thing. Let's see. Jim said, listen to Peter Vidmar, 1984 gold Olympic gymnast. He said, working twice as much, you would have burned him out and you would not, and he would not be a gold medal gymnast. Need quality time when he practiced and quality downtime, a balance. Enjoy your time off. It'll be better for us. Yeah, it'll certainly be better for me and my relationship with my significant other, right? Because we don't get to spend as much time together as we like. We actually do like each other a lot, which is really good, but we just don't get to see each other as often as we'd like to, right? Which is why this technology thing with my wife is very exciting to me because it's another reason for us to sit together and do something other than watching TV or something, right? It's a together thing at night after her job is done and I've got some free time. We sit down and go through it, but I'm a big fan of that, guys, and I'll leave you with this, and we need to jump into some candidates. So if you have candidates, drop them in. There is a gentleman on YouTube. His name is Andrew Huberman, Huberman. Subscribe to that dude and start watching his stuff. From a mindset perspective and things like that, in my opinion, you are not going to find better true information on what he has. The guy's a biologist, senior. He's the head of the biology department, like Stanford or something. Andrew Huberman. You just search Huberman, Huberman. Go to Google and search Huberman. You ain't got to try real hard. Huberman. Huberman, right? Huberman Lab, right? Huberman Lab podcast, right? That's the dude. All right. The stuff this guy has got on here is, listen, I am a detailed person. I can't stand someone that says you should go trade. How? Well, you'll figure it out. I want to slap him silly. Give me a freaking plan of what to do. My clear and concise entry is the best thing I've ever given you guys for free in here over and over and over again on showing how we take that entry in that trade. We did it today on what I set up on NVIDIA. All right. Yeah. Trip said, I love Huberman. Neuroscientist. Yeah. He's just friggin' brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay. Like him, don't like him. It's a resource, guys. If you got some time off through the holidays and you want to take advantage of it, do it. I mean, you can go in there and search for, again, anything mental. He's got a lot of mental stuff in there. If you don't sleep well, he's got all kinds of things to help figure that stuff out for you. Understanding your emotions. There you go, traders. Do any of you need to understand your emotions? Yeah. All right. Good. He's very good with routines as well, Trip. Yes, you're right. Yep, absolutely. All right. So with that, let's go take a look-see at some candidates. I'm going to switch over to all symbols here. And Brenda had hers in first with the SPY. So Brenda, we ran right into ugly. What's ugly? We got resistance right above our head at 453.15. So we need to either A, break through that retest and bounce, but that's not really what I want. Actually, hold on. 44 to 53 is 9. We're looking at 960. Okay, I don't need to split that in half. But I really would like to see a pullback to the 8, which will be close to that 444 if we move down and bounce. That would be a better choice. Okay, that would be a better choice. We definitely need to clear the hurdle of this recent swing high, Brenda. and then this recent swing high here. That's what traders are looking at. Look left, look left, look left. You can't avoid it. You have to continue to look left. Perfect. Good. There you go. We know we did Trading You 2.0 over the weekend. We did 6 hours of training on Saturday. And one of the trainings I did was called Mental Preparedness. I'm actually repeating that training this evening. Those that were in that class that are in our inner circle are going to get to hear it twice. And that second time, so much more of it will resonate. But I'm going to be going through that this evening. We talked about Atomic Habits. I don't want to go into it right now. But folks, if you have not gotten that book, pick that book up. Pick that book up when they talk about 1% improvement and what it means for a year is just phenomenal. How much better you become with just 1% a day. Just 1%, small amounts, 1% a day, right? So I like SPY, Brenda, either breaking the 453 or the pull back to the 444 and a bounce. QQQ. All right, Q's already broke out, right? They cleared the recent swing high. We can go back and look a little more time. I ain't got nothing back there, baby. It has been a long time since I've been up there. Okay, now, here's what we need to do. We're going to bring this in a little bit. We're going to scrunch that down. And what do we have? 87 to a 405. That's 13 and 5 is 18. We've got a fib of 10. We need to add a fib in there. We've got the 618 and the -1. That means we need to put in a -809, right? So we'll click on that line. We'll find the -809. If you don't have one on your fibs, just add it. If you're using TradeStation, I'm sorry, you can't add it. You can't add more. You get your whatever 20 or whatever they give you. That's it. You can't add more. Go and use Omega Charts for it. So, I'm going to pull this out a little bit since we're here. So 87 up to 96 is 9. Beautiful. This is awesome. Awesome. Okay. Give me the retest of the 387 and the bounce, and I'm in. Guys, all I can tell you is I don't care what it does tomorrow. Assume we close right where we are right now. Right? Assume we close right where we are right now. Right? You get a small move up tomorrow, a small move down first. I don't care. Just all I care about is at some point, if it moves up tomorrow, pull back towards the 8. Doesn't have to get right to it. Get in there at 387, 387 and a half, somewhere in that range, 387 and 3/4 even, your comfort level, and a bounce. Now I'm going to look to take the bullish entry because I've gotten in very close to my key level. My stop can be in a good place where if it goes against me, it goes against me. I'm done. We're going to be down here probably about 384 or so. 385 is going to be our stop, somewhere in that range. And we've got a lot of room to the upside. Lots of room to the upside. Clear and concise entry, right? Take advantage of it. So hope that helps. Brenda, let me know down below. PK is asking for Amazon. All right. So I love Amazon. I love what it's doing. I love what my shares are doing. Yes, I do own Amazon outright, long stock on it. So we had a nice breakout on Friday. Good break back above that fib line. We had a nice bounce, or have a nice bounce going on intraday today. If we back this up a little bit, you can see that we're bouncing off the -618. So time to consider a place to redraw. We don't have anywhere yet, but we can consider it, but we're not there yet. Okay. We scrunch down. I really want to see that pull back to that 143 and a half PK and the bounce. If we don't, we're going to get the breakout above 148 and a half. And then we'll consider the next entry. But I'm not excited yet about this because we're in the middle. It's a rank of 3. There's nothing about this that goes, take this trade. No. All right, at least not for me. That doesn't mean there aren't other setups. That doesn't mean there aren't other ways. You could use pivot points or GAN or square of 9 or whatever, right? Whatever you decide to do or other things you use there. But for my system, it doesn't give me a key entry, right? So I tend to stay away. Good. Karen's asking for Mr. Softy. So I hope that was helpful, PK. Microsoft. All right, nice break. 363 up to 377. 63 to, well, actually, let's call it 63 to 78. That's 15. 13. We need to split that level, so we need to put a -5 in there. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Right at that 8 moving average. On the upside, we're definitely going to need a fib in there. And we're missing all the 100-point levels. So we need negative 809. Let's put a 400 in there. We change it to a red. Dash dot. Just going to put that one at 300 just so we've got them on the screen. Okay. So now, all right. Okay, so ideally I want that pullback to the 370 on Microsoft there, Karen. If I can get that pullback, I've got a confluence of the 8 that puts me in a position, a bullish bias with a rank of 1, true bullish no less, where the moving averages are spreading apart. Now the pullback may cause the 8 to kind of kick over a little bit. I'm okay with that as long as the spreading is still there and we're not seeing all the moving averages kind of tightening up, and it shouldn't happen since it's not that big of a move to the downside. When we get the bounce there, it looks like 377.5 is resistance. So maybe 376, 77, 76, 76 and a half as a target, or the breakout of the higher fib, a retest and a bounce. Hope that helps. Let me know down below. Karen also asked for Mara, M-A-R-A. Okay. Fib is old and tough to work with because it's so low in price, but we're going to move this back. We're going to grab the fibs. We're going to come off of that swing high, that swing low. Okay. 10 and a quarter, that we'll call 10 and a half to 12 and a half, so about $2. So we're going to need a negative 136 and a 118, both of them. Okay. Bounce and pullback bounce. We're looking at 1140 as resistance, right? Hard for me to do much with this Karen because it's so low of a price. It only moves, well, 80 and 80, about 80 cents a day. So it's not horrible, but definitely like them a little bit better than that. All right. Hope that helped. Pip's asking for AMD. On AMD, pull back to the 119 and bounce, puts us in a rank of 1. Boom. And we're looking at 125 as resistance. That was an easy one. IBM, I wish they were all that easy. IBM, not so easy. Right? So we're going to scrunch down. We're definitely going to need, oh yeah, we're definitely going to need a negative 809. All right, pull back to the 151, bounce, and 155 is resistance. And then Micron. We had this pullback, we had this bounce, we had this pullback, this right here. So we're actually going to go ahead and take this, back it up. I'm going to redraw the fibs here. Get rid of that blue box. All right, that was just to highlight a candle pattern. All right, 76 up to 78. Yeah, we don't need a fib in there, but that's our number, Trip. Pull back to the 76 quarter bounce. 78 3/4 is resistance. Erica's asking for Roku. Roku. Loving me some Roku. Pull back, Erica, to the 94.5. 98 is target. Or you got to wait for the pullback to the 86. Yeah, we don't need a fib in there. Yowza. I like it. I like it. Brenda said, how much time should I buy for the Qs? Brenda, that's really going to come down to what you're looking for. I don't have an answer crystal ball wise on what the Fed is going to do. So swing trades for me have very definitive purpose. I've got targets, not buy and holds. So when I buy an option to hold overnight, I buy at least 60 days is ideal. I may buy 30 if that's what's available, if that's all that's available. But normally I would try to buy at least 60. Sorry, in your case, Brenda, the way you're asking, if you're looking to hold it longer, I would look to buy at least 60. Linda's asking for Tesla. Okay. So I would not mind, Linda, if we got above the 238.63, a retest and a bounce. The pullback here gives me nothing. Moving averages are in the wrong order. We are in a bullish neutral bias right now, which I would call a very ugly bullish neutral, since my moving averages are all messed up. Then nothing is straight there, right? So I'm not excited about those one bit on Tesla. Kevin said, can you look at Riot? I mean, $10 stock, Kevin, a little bit hard to get much out of it. Uh, 10 to 12, 2.5. We need to split. We need negative 136 and a 118. Negative 136, 118. Oh boy. So pull back towards that 10, but even the moving averages, Kevin, it's just a little bit high there. It's a tough one. It's a tough call. I would much rather see this thing roll over and break and look to the downside of 862. But it's just the moving average is still not in the right order. MDZL. No, that's right. MDZL. Yeah, I'm not getting anything for that. Let me know if that's a different symbol, Kevin. At least here it's not showing me anything on that stock at all. Good, PK. I'm glad it helped. Barry said it just pulled down and bounced up. Wait for another one, or is it one might have to miss on the first one on Amazon? So on Amazon, my pullback, I want it near that 143.5. So probably by 144 is my low I'm looking for. We had a low here today of 140. I said 144. Yeah, my bad. I'm on the wrong day. We had a low here today of 144.73. So I need more of a pullback, Barry, than that. Let me know if that's what you're referring to. Hey, Darlo, Coinbase, IN. So I like Coinbase, lots of activity in it. Bitcoin has done well the last couple of weeks. Pull back to the 100-point level on the bounce, 106 target. And the other one was TSM. It's Taiwan Semi, right? Yeah, Taiwan Semi. Okay, so we got a nice pull above that 98.5. Let's see, 98.5 to 106.5. So 98 to 106 is 8. Oh, goodness, we got 4. All right, so we're going to split this with a negative, a 118 rather. We'll put the negative 136 as well and the 118. Take that down. So pull back to the 98.5 and a bounce, 102.5 is our resistance on Taiwan Semi. PK is asking for Netflix. Because I'm not sure how many more there are. I see a message that's in red that says 24 new messages. So I may not be able to get through all of them. I'll do what I can. We just hit 1 o'clock now. We broke that 470.62 on Netflix, retested and bounced, and we're looking for the move to the upside. That I would like to see a lot. All right. Let's see. Big airplane. Henry's asking for. So Henry, I know we had a bit of a pop on this not long ago, and today we had a really nice move as well. I heard it on the news. I didn't know what the reason was, but I heard we had actually someone typed in the beginning of the chat today too that we had a nice move on Boeing, but we're up too high right now. I got to bring it back to that 212.5 and a bounce, or break the 220 and a retest and bounce, one way or the other. MDZL. Nope. Not that either, Trip. Nope, not MLDZ either. Don't know. Not sure what it is. Chip's asking for EQT. All right, so $40 stock. We're going to snap a pivot, the Fibonacci on this right now. So we're in a bearish bias, but we're at a rank of 3. I would wait for this to get back up near that 41 and fail, or break the 39 and fail before I take it. Yeah, China's talking about buying 737s. All right, let's try one more time. M as in Mary, D as in David, L as in Larry, Z as in Zulu. There we go. Finally got it. All right, so let's see. It looks like we could use a new fib there. Uh, 70 up to 70. Yes. Okay. 70 up to 72.5. We could probably use a fib in there. So we're going to add an 882. So pull back to the 70 level and bounce. 71.25 is resistance. There's not enough in there for me on it whatsoever. So a couple things. First and foremost, have an amazing Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you by then. That's number one. Number two, go into the trading resources. If you've got some free time this weekend, family's out, you know, my family does the Black Friday thing. I don't, right? I do the Black Friday on the computer thing. I don't go out for it. I won't go to a store at all. Go to the trading resources, take advantage of some of the things that are there, fill out that time allocation worksheet, help you, let your significant other help you. And then go over to tradinglikeaboss.com. Guys, a lot of free resources here that you can download. Take a look, right? Start checking some of those out, right? With that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. Have a great holiday. And I will see you all at our next update. Bye for now.